Okay.
Oh, hey.
More viewer reacts.
Yeah, this is round 7.
Round 7. Imagine that.
I couldn't imagine round 3, and we're at 7, so this is pretty cool.
Can you believe this? I think we have like 33, 34 episodes of this show now.
Really?
Like, it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
No.
Good Lord.
Well, I mean, even the podcast, we're coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Which is like, that blew by.
Yeah, I didn't think Remy Reacts was that close to a year, though, in a way.
No, you're right. I didn't either. That's pretty sweet.
Lord.
Hey, we're getting there. Look at us go.
Yeah.
All right, so starting off
with
round number
decent.
1. Hell yeah.
Decent, yeah.
Not the best photo.
Not a great photo, not a great perspective of this tattoo. Right?
There's a lot of people that are taking the photos by themselves, and I feel like this is the problem they run into.
Yeah, that's true, because if you took this more dead on rather than like, you're losing so many details in the wrist and like the lead up to the elbow.
Yep, I would agree.
It's hard to even get an accurate judge of this, but
it's a nice Mary though.
The Mary's good. I don't like some of the shading, but the problem is I don't know exactly what's happening near the wrist.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's really hard to tell what...
That's just the angle.
It looks like a cross, is it?
Yeah, I think there's a hand holding a rosary.
Yeah, I see a thumb.
Yeah.
And, yeah, some fingers. You can make it out. I think that would be really more visible from a dead-on perspective.
To be honest, I'm more interested in the rest of this photo.
Yeah.
What is this?
Like, I see maybe a mouse.
Is there a couch there? Is that a couch cushion?
I think so.
And what's this red thing?
I actually couldn't tell you what the backdrop to this is.
Because the tattoo's nice.
Yeah.
It's a really nice job.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the elbow issue because, like, I think that's the elbow.
The thing.
That's going to happen.
You're going to want to avoid too much shading on the elbow unless you're going, like, hard in there.
Yeah.
Right?
How is your elbows?
My elbows are great, but they're dry.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Like, I have dry elbows, but they're tattooed.
That's amazingly saturated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Huh. My elbows are, like, bulletproof.
Yeah, wow.
They have been for a long time.
Yeah.
But Rick hit them again, and they were already bulletproof. So it's like, okay.
Now they're really solid.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I love the Mary.
You'd like to do some soft shading in the elbow, or like go around it, not try and put part of the central image in the elbow. It's not a good idea.
Mine are both kind of like scooted over, like with sun rays or clouds.
That's how my original sleeves were too.
Yeah.
Like I would have like a design around them and then some light shading that if it fell out, it doesn't affect.
Who cares?
Right? Like it doesn't change anything.
I think that's more what we should do when they're good tattoos. We'll say the tattoo's good, and then let's analyze the space that they're in.
Yeah, because there's nothing that bad about this tattoo. It's just kind of like, what? Who? Would you take this picture on a toaster?
I mean, probably.
Really?
That's how you got to take photos sometimes.
Yeah, not a bad one to start.
Yeah, no, I like it.
So
nice starting point. All right, number 2.
This is a better taken photo.
Yes, quite.
Even from like a composition standpoint, like everything in this house is very neat and tidy.
Yeah.
You just say this is a very nice looking space.
Yes, this house, lovely.
Yeah. I love the contrast points here.
Yep.
So my only problem with tattoos like this is how do you continue if you want to? You just do more of it all over?
Probably more.
Like, it looks finished, but like it's not finished enough for me.
Yeah, that's reasonable. But you're a full coverage guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my bone to pick.
I like the composition within the back. I love the idea that it widens out the lats even more.
Well, it plays with his fairly unique body shape.
Yeah.
It's a he, I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But either way, the tattoo's dope.
It really draws attention to the shape of the body. Mm-hmm. Even in how it's shaded. Like it's darkening as it goes out.
Yeah.
Right?
Very clever.
And
dealing with something symmetrical on a back, because like most humans are not symmetrical. You have usually a lean or a tilt to your shoulders, or your back is kind of, it changes in some way. So to make something look symmetrical on your back is really tough.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really, really well proportioned. And looks healed.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's pretty dark for healed.
Well, it is, but I think when you get this black and white filter, it's going to ramp up the contrast, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, this looks very, very well done for what it is.
Yeah, I would agree.
I have nothing to say bad about this. It's just not enough for me.
Yeah.
I want to see more. I want to see this, but
extreme.
Everything.
Yeah, I get you.
The whole body.
So, how many sessions?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I'm gonna say anywhere from 5 to 10.
See, I would say anywhere from 1 to 5.
Really?
Because this is one of those types of things where it's just
so
like,
much lining.
Yeah, yep. But
I
this is
wouldn't
like
want
that
to do
type
that
of
in one situation.
no. But I've seen some people do things like that with styles like this, where it's just like, no, it happens today, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was that too.
Yeah, maybe not 10. I'm staying strong on 5 though.
That's fair.
I don't want to have this much lined and filled in.
I
one
wouldn't.
day. If you do a big back piece in one day, which is definitely possible.
Yeah.
I would want it as little lining as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Because that's a lot of space to line.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got that right. But it's sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
Who doesn't love a tattoo like this?
Right.
Hey?
Nice and surprised.
Finally, some sanity.
Yeah. Exactly. Ground us here, please.
Yeah. I mean, not to say anything bad about the last two, but
No.
this is so much better. Really.
It's shocking.
Well, you know exactly what you're looking at.
Oh yeah.
And like, I gotta tell you, the first 2 Scream movies,
Yep.
as cheesy as they are, they're the nostalgic joy.
Yep.
I'm not going back and watching them every day or something like that, but like if back when I had TV, if you seen Scream on, it was like, oh, that's not bad.
Why was Scream always on TV?
I don't know. I think it's one of those, just what I just said, right?
Nostalgias.
Like, nostalgia. But
Yep.
like the third one, and I think they made a bunch more.
Yes.
It
they
kind of
did.
lost the magic.
Well, anytime I think it's hard to make 3 of anything and maintain the magic like Star Wars
Well,
or any of those things.
the other problem is I think that as we transitioned into a different time, it's like the same things don't work anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? Like that was cool back when Buffy the Vampire Slayer was cool. Like
Was she ever cool?
Wow. There was a certain
I know.
pull to that kind of like humor and horror style.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, that's cheesy now, right?
Well, kind of, but I mean, like they kind of did it again with like True Blood. True Blood would be
True.
like that's
Yeah.
like Buffy round 2.
That
in my
stuff
opinion.
can kind of come back.
Oh,
but this tattoo,
This tattoo
as-
lives forever.
as silly and fun as it is, I think the black is not the best, but like it's not bad. And the blue is really weird choice. I don't really understand where the blue comes in.
Well, he's coming out of some sort of force field or something.
Yeah.
Moving through space time.
So like, the only thing I really would knock is white blue.
I think it's to punch out the white. But
Really?
the black punches out the white.
Yeah.
So it
I don't know if
doesn't
you need
matter.
the blue there.
No.
It kind of looks like he's like in like Jello or something.
Yeah. That's how they finally killed him.
Like it's
They
and it's,
encapsulate him in Jello.
it's really crispy along the bottom and very light at the top too. Like there's a really hard black line that I can't help but notice the bottom of that tattoo. It's
Yep.
like, wow, we really wanted the bottom of that to stand out.
Just really make that little wispiness come alive.
But
I'll say the only thing I find most impressive in this, that's a lot of white.
yeah, it's a lot of white.
And that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's hard.
Yeah.
That ain't easy, man.
I don't know if I want this. I'm thinking this is on like the inner forearm.
I would too.
I think so.
Or like
Ditch?
bicep? Because there's
Bicep?
ditch there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
this
probably
is-
like inner bicep.
I don't know if I
kinda
want
coming
it
onto the top.
that visible though. Like I would have put this guy on my leg maybe.
Well, this to me would be a leg one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I would go.
Yeah, this is
But-
one of those fun leg tattoos.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Spider web over there.
yep, that's what I was thinking. It's probably a horror sleeve. I like it.
I guess. Keep going with it. I just have a hard time building with this guy.
Well, you just use that blue to tie everything in.
Fair.
You can put whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Something quite
Badass.
good.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, I really like the black in this.
Yeah, like it's hard to do Japanese traditional black and gray in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, and this is done very nicely.
Yeah, it's a bit of fusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spots of color transition really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
The soft to harder reds.
Yep.
They're just so nice and buttery.
Yeah.
And obviously the black and gray shading in the koi is on point.
Oh yeah.
And all the scales are very well aligned.
Yep.
My only question is, this looks fresh.
Yes. Well, part of it looks fresh for sure.
Like this is a very well taken photo. Well, yeah, part of it is fresh. I want to see this thing healed.
Yep.
I think it looks better healed.
Probably.
Like, I think this kind of stuff looks better healed.
Well, my guess is the koi lightened up.
Yep.
And then that black kind of stands out more with it. Because, like, you know, when you're beating up the skin for a while, it gets red and everything looks darker than it actually is. So,
yeah.
But just, like, there's so many things about this that I love. Like, all the sumi wind bars and like, it's just smooth as all get out.
Yeah. So I don't love wind bars always. But
fair.
in something like this, they're...
Yep.
Where it makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think sometimes with black and gray, people use them a lot.
Yep.
Where it's like
they use them. They can use them really incorrectly. It's like space fillers, but you need it to add motion to the body where the body requires
exactly.
it, right?
Like there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
It's just you see, it's almost like a crutch for some people.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's like
this top of the shoulder here. Like, that's a perfect use of that. Mm-hmm. The top of the shoulder gets you that little spherical thing, and it adds kind of motion and energy to that area to sweep it back down into the chest panel. Like, that's brilliant.
But you can see this is definitely I would say, 10 to 20 year guy doing this piece.
Oh, man, yeah. Like, whoever did this is a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to look this guy up after.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing more stuff just like this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I would be amazed if this was a one-off.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Because it feels almost like for him it was rinse and repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, this was walking through the park kind of thing.
There's a mastery to this piece, so.
Yeah, an effortlessness to it.
Yeah.
And that's like the flow, I think. You know what I mean? Like, just, you've done this so many times, the flow is just very apparent.
You know before you even get started how you're going to be doing everything you do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no needle stroke that's not planned. All right, last but not least.
Ooh. We may have a new favorite.
Yep, this is up there for me.
I mean, as great as this one is, I want to see what was underneath it.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Like
everything around it looks great.
Well, you have to imagine that it was one of these like Frankenstein football guys or whatever the hell that thing is on the side of it.
Yeah.
That zombie thing.
This to me is like quintessential apprentice leg.
Yeah, this is an apprentice leg. Yeah. I'm positive that this is.
Yeah.
Like I would. There's only two choices. It's either an apprentice leg or a free tattoo.
Yeah,
from
that's fair.
Apprentice.
From an apprentice, yeah.
That's it. And they just had a friend that had a whole bunch of tattoos, and what's one more at that point, right?
What's one more blackout over a lot of your existing work?
Well, a blackout, and it's a Lucifer sigil, I think.
I have no idea.
So this is, I believe it's a Lucifer sigil. I'm not exactly sure. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. What I'm amazed with is how big it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it looks like it could be a small sticker, but then you're like, no, this is like sizable.
Yeah.
So you've taken up a lot of space with this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this to me is like, okay, I'm an apprentice. I want to get into black work. I want to start blacking out things, so I need to do something on my leg. And I started with nothing, and then I was just going to do like black, and then it was like, no, you know what? I should throw something in there.
Yeah, I'll do some kind of a design in it.
Because it does not look super planned.
Yeah, but that being said, because you could say this was done by some basement scratcher or something if you want.
Sure.
But if you were to do that much solid black in an area, it would probably look worse than this if you had no idea what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
People often will think that you can just black something out with no talent. But
yeah, no, it ain't that easy.
You're going to end up with all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
so.
And we're going to end up fixing them, and it's getting annoying because we have a lot of them that are coming through now.
Sure.
Oh, dude, like within the last couple of weeks, it's like 4 or 5 where it's like, oh, yeah, I started this with this guy, and he was like, oh, yeah, I can do this. And
of course.
No, now it's scarred and terrible looking. And
arrogance.
Yeah.
Ink Magazine just recently did a video on YouTube. It was all about blackout tattoos, and it's like all like 10 to 20-year artists giving their opinion on it.
Yep.
And not one of them says, oh, it's the easiest thing.
No.
Some of them say it's boring. Fair enough.
Yes.
But like they're like, oh, man, that's a lot of pain and a lot of effort.
Yeah, it is.
And it's tedious, and you have to do it just so, or else
it looks terrible.
It looks terrible.
Yeah.
You can have other problems like infection.
Well, because you're causing a
scarring.
hell of a lot of trauma, right?
Yep.
So I mean, kudos to this dude.
As silly as this whole smorgasbord of ideas is, not a bad black start.
No.
Like if you're learning how to black things out.
Yeah, that's impressively
it's not
done.
too bad.
Especially if it was done on oneself.
Yeah.
Because tattooing yourself is never fun.
I say there's only 2 possible options. He either did it to himself or a close friend.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you on those. And I think it would be sweet if this dude would send in more of his other tattoos.
Yes, please. I'd love to see
Especially
more.
like whatever if he is an apprentice, send us your first one.
Yeah.
I want to see whatever your first one that you did on yourself was.
The very first of these.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that goes for any apprentice out there. Send us the first one you did on yourself.
We could do a whole Remy
100%. I would love
tattoos.
that. Yeah, first apprentice tattoos would be dope.
That sounds like an amazing idea.
And you can send those to the link below. Because we're keeping this rolling. They keep getting better and better. So keep on sending them in.
Yeah, some really great stuff this time.
Hell yeah.
So